happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in, for choosing to spend some of your time with me. I'm Maria Milagros. This is Wisdom Wednesday, and you're an incredible, amazing human being who has made it to the end of yet another year, and yet another month, and yet another day? Question mark? Sure, depending on where you are in the time zone. So during the month of December, we've been talking about joy, and I want to continue having this conversation as we move into the new year. And a lot of times people put a lot of pressure on themselves for what the new year means and resolutions, and this time I'm going to do it different. And the reality is that I think that's fantastic that we set those intentions, but we do put a lot of pressure on ourselves for the upcoming year. So I like to do things a little bit different. I'm not a super fan of like setting resolutions and then deciding I'm going to go full throttle, I like to go one day at a time, 1 week at a time, 1 month at a time, and then really build my life intentionally so that when I look back on the year, I go, I did that, right? And that also helps no matter what circumstances come up that might be out of our control, i.e. a pandemic, right? So the way that I'm doing it this year for myself, and I wanted to share this with you as a suggestion if you are interested and you're looking for a different way to approach the end of one year and the beginning of another. I have 3 questions around joy. The first question is, what can I let go of to allow more joy to flow into my life? And first of all, we have to back up a little bit because we have to kind of define what joy means to you, right? When I have conversations with people and they say, I just want more joy in my life, what does that mean? And some people say inner peace, right? I want to feel peaceful here no matter what. And some people call it fun, and some people call it happiness, and some people call it laughing more or dancing more. And there's no right or wrong answer. I just want you to first and foremost define what that means for you. And then we move into the first question, which is, what can you let go of in order to allow more joy to flow into your life? Now, this requires some self-awareness. And as you know, we've talked about self-awareness a lot if you've been following any of my videos, because it is really important that we are paying attention to what we are doing and why we're doing it rather than robotically moving through life. So some of the things that I created a short list here of some of the things that you might need to let go of. Labels that you hold on to for yourself. These can include gender, race, ethnicity, labels like this is what it looks like to be a mother, or this is what it looks like to be a woman, or this is what it looks like to be straight or to be whatever, right? So you look at these labels, and a lot of times we limit ourselves based on those labels, and it causes a limitation in our joy, because then we are buying into and playing into the program that says, in order for me to be a woman, I have to act and be like this. Gross. So for some, letting go of, removing those labels can be really freeing work, right? So labels, old stories that we've been telling ourselves over and over, old beliefs that we've been holding on to that no longer serve us, old programming that, we got from our parents or our grandparents or society at large, and we look at it and go, that actually does not feel like joy at all. It feels hindering. It feels like a trap, right? Not forgiving, not being able to do the work and let go of other people who have either intentionally or unintentionally hurt or harmed you, and also letting go of some people. Yeah, true story. Sometimes you need to let go of certain people in your life, especially if the dynamic is consistently toxic for you, and in order to allow more joy to flow into your life, because we all are seeking happiness, right? And we sometimes think that we're going to find it in the achievements, the accomplishments, and the acquirement of things. And that's usually so temporary. And we find real, lasting, sustaining joy and happiness in this connection to ourselves and in remembering like how important and awesome we are, and then trying to live a life that's fulfilling and fun and light and, anyways. So the second question, what can I let in more of in order to allow more joy to flow into my life? So again, it requires some awareness, and it requires some personal responsibility, because we have to really look at ourselves and say, okay, you know what? I can allow more ease in my life, which means that I have to stop sabotaging myself, which means, right? You see what I'm saying? So ease, allow in more permission, giving yourself permission to operate authentically, to live in your fullness, to show up as your true self, to show up in public without makeup, to break the status quo, right? Give yourself permission to dance in public, to have fun, right? I'm just like kind of just throwing a bunch of things out there, but what can you let in more of in order to increase the joy in your life? Other things that I have here are new stories, new beliefs, opportunities, trust. And then when we have these two lists, okay, here's my list of things I'm going to let go of, and here's my list of things that I want to allow more of in my life in order to increase my joy, right? The third question then is, what can I actively do in order to allow this to happen? So this is a really important one, because now we have all this information, we have all this awareness, we have all this knowledge, and we have to be willing to do something with it. So what can I actively do that's going to allow me to let go of this and to let more of this in, to live a life that really is freer, lighter, healthier, happier, right? And sometimes that means I need to actively seek therapy. I need to actively get a coach. I need to actively get my butt to the gym, right? I need to actively learn more about food and how I'm eating. I need to actively drink more water. I need to actively get my butt to bed on time. I need to actively pause, even if it means, as corny as it sounds, setting alarms in my phone. And when the alarm goes off, I give myself a 2-minute dance break. I'm going to be intentional about including more joy in my life. I'm going to be intentional, right? That's what this is really about. So the 3 things that I want you to think about is the decisions, right? Making a decision to let go, to let in, to do. Making those decisions. Being aware so that we know what we're letting go of, so that we know what we want to allow in, and so we know what that next step is. And then being intentional about actually taking those steps. So when you think about the next year, the next day, the next hour, if you think about it in those smaller chunks, it feels like manageable. I know what I don't want. I know what I do want. And I know my one step I'm going to take to get myself there, right? So I want you to just allow yourself some room to do this work and to allow yourself to kind of, again, unpack what don't you want, what do you want, and what you gonna do about it, okay? So that's what I have for you. I hope that this was something that was helpful. This is what I'm going to be doing probably tomorrow as my little practice for myself. And it's something that I do anyways. I have a practice at the end of every month where I list all the things I'm grateful for, and then I set intention for the next month. And this, I really want to continue to root myself in joy, because my joy is sacred and yours should be as well for you. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you know someone who can benefit from it, please share it. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. And Happy New Year 2021. And I hope your days, your nights, your 1 hours are super sparkly everything, because you are deserving and worthy. You are deserving and worthy. And the only person responsible for the outcome of your life at this point is you. That's what I got for you. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Peace!